I stop in front of borrowed light, a room that knows my face too well. The glass is cold, it breathes at me like it's waiting for a name I can't tell. My eyes are open, but they don't arrive. They stand there early, like they've been waiting their whole life. Every line I wear was learned, every breath was shaped to fit. I press my hands against the surface, but the timing doesn't click. Who are you when you look like me? Who is standing where I should be? If I move, why do you stay? Why does my reflection hesitate? Who are you behind that face? Stranger in the mirror. Who did I become today? I memorized the weight of smiles that made the silence calm. I answered to 1,000 names, none of them were wrong. I learned to nod, I learned to bend, I learned which parts to hide. Now everything feels rehearsed, even when I'm alone inside. They said be strong, they said be more, they said be less of what you are. Now every role I ever played left a fracture in my heart. Who are you when you look like me? Why does your mouth move silently? If I scream, do you feel the sound, or is this where I fade out? Who are you behind that face? Stranger in the mirror. Why won't you turn away? I'm scared there was no moment lost, no single break, no burning end. Just pressure days and quiet force that taught my soul how to pretend. If I peel this skin of borrowed calm, is there something underneath? Or did I trade the question who for the safety of being seen? Who are you when you look like me? Say it slow, let the cracks speak. If I disappear right here, would you finally move? Would you finally breathe? Who are you behind that face? Stranger in the mirror. Was I ever in this place? The mirror stays. It doesn't blink. It waits for someone I don't recognize. where to stand, what face to use. They lean in when I raise my brow. I give them what they came for now. I fix the room with practiced lines, turn awkward air to something kind. I'm always good, I'm always fine. I land the joke right on the dime. But the pain feels heavier tonight under the heat of borrowed light. I laugh a beat before I breathe, like it's the roll that won't release. It's a painted smile, don't look too close. It's holding more than it shows. They hear the laughter, miss the cracks where the truth keeps falling back. I bow on time, I play it right. They clap, I stay in character. It's a painted smile in the spotlight, real tears waiting after. The curtain drops, the room clears fast. Chairs remember who just passed. Applause still ringing in the hall, but it doesn't sound like much at all. Backstage mirrors know my name. They don't laugh, they don't explain. I loosen shoes, I slow my breath, still dressed for someone else. The silence sits where noise once lived. It asks for nothing, still it's loud. I keep the mask a little longer, like I forgot how to take it down. Makeup cracks along my skin, lines I never wrote sink in. I wipe my eyes before they fall, habit learned from giving all. If someone asked I might explain, but no one ever stays that late. They love the smile, not what it costs, not what gets lost when it comes off. It's the same old smile, different weight, less of charm, more of weight. I don't need saving, don't need blame, just someone saying my real name. The lights go out, I'm still right here, standing where the joke once lived. It's a painted smile in fading light, and tears I never get to give. Applause disappears, silence stays. Our bags by the corner gate, shoes kicked off in the heat. A ball hit metal, laughter broke down a dusty street. Someone's counting clouds out loud like it's the only plan. No one asking what time it is, we just do what we can. The day feels wide, the hours don't bite, they just drift like smoke. Every name is being called, and everybody knows it wasn't in a long afternoon. Kites tangled in the sunset sky, voices rise afternoon. A scratched up guitar by the post, missing half its strings. Still somebody finds a song in everything it sings. We shared a drink, we shared a look, said more by staying quiet. Even silence felt alive when we weren't trying to buy it. The streetlight flickers, someone yells, one more then we go. But nobody's really leaving yet. We're letting the moment slow. It was an analog afternoon, dust in our hair, sun on our skin. Every joke was falling flat, but we laughed anyway then. We were free without a headline, no echo coming back, just names carved into memory in an analog afternoon. Days trying hard to remember the sound of voices calling us home before the dark came down. We didn't know we were building something time would chase. We just stood there together, letting the moment take place. It was an analog afternoon, still ringing in our bones. 1,000 little borrowed dreams we never took back home. If we lost it slowly, like daylight saying goodbye. But it lives every time we sing it, under an open sky. Yeah, we were free without permission, no filters, no excuse, just a street, a song, a fading sun. In an analog afternoon. In an analog afternoon. The sun goes down, the street goes quiet, but something stays with you. That analog afternoon. Chairs turned upside down. A crooked sign says closed in red, like it's saying it quietly now. The barista wipes the counter slow, like time's got nowhere to go. Coffee rings on chip white cups, still warm from long ago. I hear our voices in the corners, debates that never had to win. Every dream we left unfinished still hums beneath the din. This place never asked to be remembered, it just held us when we came. Now the lights are low, the music stays, but to leave. Some faces fade, some laughter stays, some nights refuse to win. Funny how a simple room can teach you who you've been. This place never asked for loyalty or a promise to return. It just gave us time and shelter while the coffee burned. Now the street keeps moving like nothing ever changed. Just a closed sign at the cafe, swinging in the rain. The glass that took its place. Time just folds another chapter over every familiar space. If walls could speak, they wouldn't beg. They just smile and let us go, knowing every word we said already knows the road. This place still lives in quiet moments, and how I drink my coffee now, in conversations that start too late and end with lowered brows. I don't miss it like a tragedy, just the way you miss a friend. There's a close sign at the cafe, and I'm okay with how it ends. The close sign sways, the night exhales. Smoke dissolves into memory. I was walking where the water rests, at the edge of an ending day. The sand's still warm, the sky half gone, when the light caught glass my way. A bottle buried in quiet foam turned slow with the tide. Salt around it like a seal, something folded inside. The cork was worn, the paper thin, the ink almost let go. It felt like holding someone's voice from a long time ago. It's a drifting bottle message, found too late, still true. Every word still breathing like it was written new. The waves did what they wanted, the years did too. It's beautiful the way it reached me, just not meant to move. Just not meant to move. The handwriting leaned to the right, careful, slow and kind. Lines about waiting by the shore, hoping I'd arrive in time. It spoke of ordinary days, of faith in the tide, a believing distance was patient if love stayed alive. I can hear you in every pause between the words you mercy. I wish the clock would bend. Some things are meant to travel, not arrive in the end. I thank the sea for keeping it this long, this far, this whole, for letting me feel you reaching without asking for more. It's a drifting bottle message resting in my hands. Not a question, not an answer, just something I understand. The waiting had its beauty, so does letting be. I'll leave your words with the water where they learn to breathe. Where they learn to breathe. I set the bottle back to drift at the edge of the shore. The waves keep moving forward, they don't ask for more. I never touch, still I trace them in the air. Every step I think I take, it brings me back to standing here. No lock I can point to, no ceiling I can blame, just a room that keeps repeating every version of my name. I listen for a sound, but the noise is coming from inside. I hold my breath like it might help, like breathing wrong is why I'm stuck. This is a prison of thoughts, no gods, no visible walls. I'm running while I'm standing still. I hear my footsteps but never fall. I found a key that doesn't fit. Every door opens inward. This is a prison of thoughts, and I'm locked inside the answer. I try distraction like a light, let it flicker, let it fade. Fill the silence with more noise, still the fear remembers me. I sit with nothing in my hands, like that might set me free. But the quiet starts to lean in, and it knows exactly where I'll be. The walls don't move, but they get closer every time I think too long. I tell myself to let it go, but I don't know what I'm holding on to. Holding on to. Maybe this is how it stays, not a break, not a collapse, just a weight I learn to carry, just a map that folds itself. I stop asking for a way out, start measuring the floor, count the steps between my thoughts, lose the numbers, start once more. This is a prison of thoughts. I'm standing in the quiet again. Same room, different way. Nothing broken on the surface, just a thought that came too late. It wasn't loud, it wasn't cruel, just a sentence left behind. A second where I chose the easier road and called it being kind. There's a space between the heartbeat and the words I didn't say. That's where the echo learned my name and decided to stay. If I could rewind the regret, now my whole life just the flame. One small moment, same crossroads where silence chose for me. I wouldn't bend destiny, I wouldn't ask it to forget. I just press return on that second and rewind the regret. Picture it the way it was, same light on your face. Only this time I don't look away, I don't let fear lead the place. Everything else can stay the same. All the loss, all the scars, just let me choose a different word under the same exact stars. There's a button in my imagination, glowing soft and blue, not to change who I became, just to be more true. If I could rewind the regret, just a breath, just a turn, I'd trade this perfect understanding for the lesson before it burned. I wouldn't fight destiny, I wouldn't call it a mistake. I'd just stand where I stood before and choose a braver shape, a braver Every time I reach for it, the button fades away, and I see myself more clearly now than I did that day. Maybe regret isn't weakness, maybe it's the proof that I finally learned the cost of telling half the truth. Now I rewind the regret in my head, just to understand the sound, not to live there, not to stay, just to know who I am now. Destiny doesn't have to break for me to let it rest. I don't need to change the past anymore, I change because of it. Fades, but the meaning stays. I'd place the crown without a doubt. Said my name like it would last. Hands applauded, eyes looked up. Having more built too fast. I stood above the moving ground. Believed the hype meant truth. I shared my world with open palms. Never checked what held it through. There was wind I chose not to fear. Footsteps closing on the shore. I mistook the calm for promise. Thought the tide would ask for more. I ruled a sandcastle empire. Cranes held high like scope. Every wall looked tall and final. In a kingdom I call home. I wore the weight like it was armor. Stood where waves go far. I ruled a sandcastle empire. Thought it couldn't crumble at all. The cracks arrive without a sound. In places I refuse to see. Praise kept filling empty rooms. Echoes dressed as loyalty. I felt the ground begin to shift. A pride kept me alive. If it's good, that's fire already. Why would it betray my time? The air grew still, the light went thin. till it wasn't anymore. And the crowd is just a memory of who I tried to be. That wooden sandcastle empire, and it felt so quiet. The shore is empty, the tide moves on. Nothing is my name anymore. Name tags shining on familiar chests, letters bold, titles new. I read them twice just to be sure I'm still looking at you. Handshakes land a little stiff, hugs stop short of real. We talk like guests who share a past we don't know how to feel. The room remembers us louder than we remember ourselves. Every sentence sounds prepared like I practiced on someone else. We're strangers at the reunion, wearing faces I once knew. Same laughter, different timing, same eyes but drifting through. No blame in the distance, no reason to pretend. We didn't lose each other, we just didn't follow the same bend. Stories dressed in polished words, careers lined up like medals, achievements clink like empty glasses, waiting for the applause to settle. Phones light up between the jokes, mid-sentence, mid-smile. Old punchlines fall a little flat, they haven't worked in a while. Someone mentions who left town, someone else says who stayed. Every win arrives too quickly, like it's afraid to fade. We're strangers at the reunion, still polite, still kind, clapping for the highlight reel while losing track of time. No envy in the silence, no bitterness to defend. I don't miss who you became, I miss who we were back then. Maybe growing up just means learning how to perform, how to wear success like armor and call distance normal. I'm not better, I'm not wiser, just standing in between who I was when I knew you and who we're supposed to be. We're strangers at the reunion, and that's the honest truth. The people I remember didn't make it into this room, so I smile for the camera and step out of the frame. The past waves back politely, but it doesn't say my name. A group photo freezes the moment, then the room exhales again. There's a man on the sidewalk singing songs with no tune, laughing right between the sirens, like he knows something you don't. His shoes don't match his stories, his eyes won't look away. He says good morning to the traffic, like it's listening today. They smile and walk a little faster, call it noise, call it a scene, but the way he says my name feels sharper than polite routine. Hush now, listen to the madman sing, soft as a whisper, wrong as the truth. It's a lullaby with no one sleeping, just a crowd pretending not to hear it too. If sanity sounds this quiet, I don't know who's awake. They call him sad, they call him gone, like a word can shut a door. Truth without a filter always scares them more. He laughs at the wrong moment, cries when no one's heard, says the things we swallow whole so we can all still work. Every face keeps perfect timing, every smile knows its role. He sings offbeat and out of turn, like he missed the memo on control. Hush now, listen to the madman sing, gentle as rain on broken glass. It's a lullaby made of questions about how long a lie can last. If being sane means staying quiet, I don't know who's awake. He leans in close and whispers, so calm it almost hurts. Everyone here is sleeping, I just forgot how first